I mean, if you ask people today, what do you think of when you hear the word Catholic Church? I mean, many people would say, well, I think of Francis, Pope Francis. That's a tragedy, you know. What representation of the Catholic Church or Catholic belief or Catholic worship do you find in Francis? That's what they understand as Catholic Church. That's what they understand as Catholicism. And there are many people, devout people, who are scandalized by that. Even devout Protestants are scandalized at the idea of Francis. And they think that he is Catholicism. You know, you ask the question, is the Pope Catholic? So we have that problem today that people are very confused, and including many Novosoro Catholics are confused by all this. And they're thinking, well, it must be okay because he's doing it and he's saying it's okay. So, you know, adultery, I can still be living in adultery and go up and receive the wafer. Please, if you're practicing the traditional Catholic faith, practice it completely, not just in part, but completely. Insist on it. Insist on it from yourself, from your loved ones, from your clergy. Be faithful entirely to the traditional Catholic faith. Don't compromise. If you're not practicing the traditional Catholic faith, you're a Novosoro Catholic, recognize you are in terra aliena. You're in foreign land there in the Novosoro, right? That's modernism. And you need to try to escape. You need to escape from the modernism, and you need to find a way to practice the traditional Catholic faith in its integrity. If you're not a Christian, if you're not baptized, well, the gates of heaven are not open to you. So you need to learn who your Savior is, learn to know him, learn to love him, and learn to serve him. And so you can only do that really through the traditional Catholic faith, and that's where the faith is. You had the one person who was asking, well, where do we find the church now? And if he's still going to the Novosoro, I can see why he might ask that question, because he's still confused. But once he disassociates himself from the Novosoro, and once he cuts off the ties with modernism, as Father Skirky said, unfortunately, those ties might be too strong for him with modernism, because he's bought into it too much. But once you cut those ties with modernism, you can see clearly that the traditional Catholic faith is the Catholic faith, and that's where the true Catholic Church is today. And will always be there, right? Yeah. Just as it says in the Te Igitur, the first prayer of the canon of the Mass, with those who truly profess, practice, propagate the true apostolic faith, the traditional apostolic faith. That's the traditional Catholic faith we know and love.